And then I will now begin Part 5. New Beginning. You know, a lot of people give this one grief because this is the one that has what they call the imposter Jason in it. Yes, folks, it's basically a whodunit movie. Because Jason does not actually get resurrected until the 6th installment. But, you know, I'm not going to tell you who Jason is in this movie. It gets a lot of flack because it has a really sleazy feel to it. You know, I mean, it's got a very dirty quality to it. Mainly because the director, Danny Steinman, he has a history of doing some films that were not exactly clean. I think if I remember correctly, he had some involvement with some at least softcore porn, if not pornographic films. And, you know, it's okay. I mean, there's some parts of this that are very, very cool, and I really like it. Melanie Kinnaman, I think it's her name. Let's see, I can never remember her last name. Yeah. Who plays Pam, the leading girl in it. She's very pretty and very good. But the star for this movie is just one of the supporting characters, and it's a woman by the name of Ethel Hubbard, and her son Junior, played by Carol Locatel. Ethel is just like this old, you know, busybody, psycho woman who lives in the woods, who owns a farm, and these kids are caught on her property, and she just says some of the greatest dialogue in this movie. She's a scream, and the way she talks to her kid, who's a grown man, and it just cracks me up. And I won't even repeat some of it because it's pretty offensive, but needless to say, if for some reason you have trouble sitting through Part 5, fast forward through just to get to Ethel's scenes. You can't miss her. She wears like a flannel button-down shirt. Her hair is kind of all crazy and matted, and she's got like dirt on her face and stuff. And her son Junior rides a motorcycle. But Jason in this, and Tommy's back. Tommy's having visions of Jason because after what happens in Part 4, he's sent to a halfway house, and Jason returns. Or is it really him? Special features on this, there's not as much as there were on Part 4. Crystal Lake Massacres Revisited Part 2. They have the theatrical trailer, and there is something called New Beginnings, a making of Friday 13th Part 5. There's a documentary on here that I didn't mention on Part 4 called Lost Tales from Camp Blood. It's a little thing that they've been doing throughout the other Friday the 13th DVDs. The previous released 1, 2, and 3. And then, of course, there's commentary, and I neglect to mention that, but I always take that for granted. That usually there's going to be some sort of commentary on these movies. All in all, 5 is definitely the weakest of the series, in my opinion, of the original series. But it's definitely got some, it's got that great 80s feel to it, and it's got some cool stuff, and there's some funny dialogue, and there's an attractive, very attractive looking girl who goes off and has a rendezvous with her boyfriend. Yeah, she gets topless. Yeah, and I won't go too much more into that. Anyway,
I want this loony bin closed down. They're all